What's up guys, welcome back. Kyler here to further investigate exactly what's going on in the United States. I know guys, that is my puppy Tesla. So with that, we're just going to go on because we have zero edits here because we don't edit things. What is going on in the United States? We already know that we have totally fucked ourselves. I'm talking about the economy. I'm talking about us spreading ourselves too thin, just like Rome. Just like Rome. People a while back used to say Donald Trump is a dictator. He will run for a third term. And I thought to myself, I'm in the Bible Belt here. I am in the Bible Belt. There's people that absolutely love Trump to death. To death. They believe in him. They believe in him. They believe in him. Everyone on the coast were saying he will be a dictator. And I thought to myself, shut up. Like, you say that about everyone. Like, I get it. You don't like him. He's a bit brash. He says what's on his mind. I get it. I didn't think he was a dictator. I thought they had no idea what they were talking about. But I think I've changed my mind. Not that he's an absolute dictator. I think that he lacks hubris. And I think that he is on an ego trip. I think that after we captured President Maduro, he thought to himself, I am absolutely invincible. I am in charge of the largest military in the entire world, and nothing can stop me. That's what I truly, sincerely believe that is going on in his head. And he thinks he can do absolutely anything. That's why we're going to war with Iran. It doesn't benefit us whatsoever to go to war with Iran. So why are we doing it? Why are we doing it? Well, I'll give you a couple reasons. Miriam Adelson, big time Israel supporter, she basically backed him his entire candidacy. She backed him. She is willing to invest money for him to run a third term. Look it up, guys. I can't make this up. Secondly, Saudi Arabia has invested, the Saudi government and royal families have invested almost $1 billion into Jared Kushner's private equity fund. They're making him lots of money, and they're basically running and financing his entire business endeavor. And so if you look at those two things together, who wants to go to war with Iran? Well, Saudi Arabia definitely wants to go to war with Iran, and Israel definitely wants to go to war with Iran. And so Donald Trump, I believe, has spread himself too thin in believing that this is going to be some strategic thing that just happens overnight and we do a quick regime change. Guys, when has a quick regime change ever been quick? Look back to Iraq. Look back to Afghanistan. Iran is not Afghanistan. I know that we think that they're all 9/11 cave-dwelling people over there, but they're not. They're very sophisticated. It's its own nation. It's doing just fine. It has weapons capabilities. It has strategic intelligence centers. It has everything that's needed. And the biggest thing with the United States is we're not fighting on our home court. We don't have home court advantage. We're fighting somewhere else. And so I don't think that Donald Trump has thought this all the way through. I think that he is high on his pony, and he truly thinks that this is going to be an overnight thing, but it's not. Do I think that Russia and China will get involved? No. No, I don't. But like I'd mentioned previously, and by the way, my videos are getting shadow banned because you can't say certain words, which is absolutely insane. So please like and subscribe my videos. But on another note, I don't care because eventually it will get out. It will get out and I'll be proven right. I am legitimately getting shadow banned, which is ridiculous. Like and subscribe and click on the notification bell, and I guarantee you that half of my videos won't give you a notification when I publish them. It's ridiculous, and they use certain keywords of certain countries that happen to rule the media. It's quite interesting, isn't it? But on another note, Donald Trump is spreading himself way too thin. He thinks it's going to be an overnight job, and it's absolutely not. It's not. So why is he doing this? Well, guys, I think that Donald Trump, and this saddens me to say because I believed in him. After he had his assassination attempt, I rallied. I didn't vote, but I rallied behind him. I thought, man, this guy is going to go in and change everything. He was supposed to be a wrecking ball towards the status quo, and he is the status quo. He's business as usual. I think that he wants to remain significant, the most significant president in human history. And how can he do that? By serving a third term. Ladies and gentlemen, I thought that the left was out of their minds. But now I am beginning to think that he is strategically planning this war in Iran, not only to benefit his donors, but also to run a third term. See, if we are currently in a conflict of war and we have boots on the ground, then we can delay elections. And you know, I didn't think that this was even a thing. I didn't think that this would ever happen. I thought that the people were fucking ridiculous. They were fucking basket cases. They were conspiracy theorists. They were dumb. I don't think they are now. I just don't think they are. I think that Donald Trump will attempt to run a third term. He'll at least throw it out there, and at first, he might throw it out there just on Truth Social or on Twitter and say, hey guys, we're in a serious conflict. Would you guys vote for me? I don't think it's smart to have changes in our government, in our democracy, whilst in the midst of a war. And I don't know how people are going to react. He's going to test the waters by doing that. And then he's going to do everything in his power to attempt to stop the election. Now, eventually, things will go back to normal, like they always do. He's not going to be a dictator. But I think that he will run for a third term. No one can tell me otherwise. I've seen things and I have heard things from very prominent people. And trust me, Donald Trump is brilliant. He's very smart. He knows how to get things done. But he doesn't put aside his ego. And that's his biggest downfall. The biggest downfall of being a president is not taking accountability for the losses and spreading the gratitude and accountability to others when it comes to the wins. You have to take responsibility for the losses and negate the responsibility for your victories. And he isn't capable of doing that. He has a big mouth. I don't like him anymore. I think he's absolutely the same as the status quo. I definitely don't trust J.D. Vance. I think he's bought off by Peter Thiel and other big tech, and he's going to absolutely put in a Patriot Act Part 2 that's just going to crack down on everything that we love as Americans. I think that he is going to revolutionize in a terrible way the way the internet works, the way social media is conducted. It's going to be absolutely decimated if we allow him to win. Now, is there any other candidate on the other side? No, there is no other candidate. All the other candidates are absolute fucking garbage trash. Trash. That's why I think it's so important for us to take back our own democracy and do it ourselves. Why can't you become president? Why don't you become president? You don't have to go to Yale. You don't have to go to Harvard. You don't have to be a lawyer. In fact, I wish you weren't a lawyer. Lawyers are good at lying. That's all they do for a living. Look at everyone we've ever elected into the presidency has been a lawyer or an actor. Those are people notorious for telling lies. They do it so good that they get paid for it. I'm sick of it. Do not let Donald Trump run for a third term. But if you think I'm absolutely nutcase out of my mind crazy, then just wait and see. Leave in the comments if you think that he will even attempt to. And guys, trust me, a couple months ago, I thought this was a crackpot theory. But now, after hearing what he's been doing, and I've heard it through the grapevine, and I happen to know people that are very, very close to him, including people that are very, very close to RFK Jr., which talks to him every week in a hearing on Tuesdays. He is thinking about running a third term. And if he uses this Iran war to get there, he will get there. That will be the absolute downfall. Go to my previous video, although it's fucking shadow banned, and attempt to see where I'm coming from, I display it. The last 3 videos have been about democracy and about why we will lose the war in Iran. We cannot go fight Iran. We can't do it. That's why we elected Donald Trump in the first place, to get us out of fucking regime change wars. I'm sorry, Israel. I am not fighting a war for you. I am not dying for you. You made your own bed. Now you have to lie in it. Something else that's very fascinating and interesting to me, I thought to myself, why? What does Israel have on the United States? What are they doing? How are they bribing us? Are they blackmailing us? What are they doing? And then I listened to a very, very eloquent, very popular, very prominent strategist, political, economical, world renowned strategist speak about thinking 50 years into the future, who is going to rule the world? And it has to be a first world country that has economic superiority and affluence, and also a country that has that growth economically and is not in a population decline. See, the United States, population decline. China, population decline. Russia, about stagnant. Europe in general, population collapse. We're all collapsing our populations. We're not having children anymore because life is no longer about just simple wealth. It's about status. Women want to be with men that have status in order to secure that their offspring will grow up in a positive, flourishing environment with plenty of resource. And that makes sense. What is the one country in the world that has great economics, is a first world type civilization, and has a massively growing population? And it's Israel. Israel will be the powerhouse of the world in 50 to 60 years. Guaranteed, unless something changes, unless people start having children. But it's not going to happen that way. And so Israel will inevitably become the powerhouse of the world. And so are we strategically planning out 60 years in advance? Or is Donald Trump being blackmailed and bribed into helping Israel defeat its enemy, I suppose, its declared enemy, when it brings no benefit to the United States? Guys, empires fall. The United States is 250 years old. Empires fall. Nothing lasts forever. Rome doesn't last forever, then China doesn't last forever. It doesn't happen that way. People fall and new prosperity rises up in other places. When will the United States collapse? And will it be because of our stupidity going to war where we have no business with Iran? Leave in the comments, guys. Whatever you think, leave it in the comments, because I am awestruck. I think it's idiotic and I am not for it. Tell me what you think.